The stress you can't see.
Today we're going to talk about the stress you can't see. Yeah, and I'm sure you feel it. Right now, you're sitting there looking at me and you're probably saying, "What stress?" Oh, it's like a little knot that just sits there and you're wondering why things aren't better. Um, I'm going to walk you through what most people never see. And if you make a decent living, which I'm sure you do, there's a good chance you're losing 10 to 20% of your gross income to financial inefficiencies every year. It's not because you're careless, you just don't know. The system's not set up to uncover them. They want you confused, they want it chaotic. And what's interesting is when people finally see it, they're not angry, they're relieved because it explains why things never quite feel like they should. You're earning well, your life's good, bills are getting paid, accounts move a little bit. You assume everything's great, but there's a quiet sense that it should not be, it should be working better. Do you feel it? What's happening is this isn't one big mistake you're making, it's a bunch of little ones that don't look like mistakes at all. Fees being paid here, taxes there, money sitting still when it should be moving around. And why does no one point this out? Because everyone involved is focused on their little piece. No one's looking at the whole thing at once. So the loss never shows up. Your insurance agent is going to get commission, so he's focused on how much he's going to make. The mutual fund guys the same way. Real estate, when you go and buy real estate, they want that sale, and they're looking at the commission that sale is going to bring them. So all of these fees and charges and inefficiencies are all tied up and hidden. Income hides it. The more you make, the harder it is to spot. Higher income covers inefficiency, and the leak stays hidden. Look at our government right now. We're finding all this inefficiency that's being discovered, all the fraud and government inefficiency, waste and abuse. When you start to pull back, it starts to pop out. And that's why you're seeing it, because all of a sudden the money stops coming in to mask the problem. And it's the same in our lives. Our lives are the same way. I can't tell you how many people I get that come in and they say, I feel anxious. I just can't seem to get ahead. And then they hear stories about people outliving their wealth and having to go back to work in retirement, so they don't want to retire. Most people don't want to retire because they don't know what else they would do. You can only play so much golf. But most people don't have a plan. They have a collection of old accounts and new accounts, advice layered on top of other individual information, and nothing individually seems connected when everything should. Um, where the 10 to 20% lives, when you step back, the loss usually comes from taxes, fees, duplicated products, money with no job. That means money's not working. You're the wealth creator in your life, not the financial planner. So you work very hard to make your money. And then you give it over to somebody else, and their job is supposed to preserve it. But they don't know that. They're looking at the commissions, and if they're unscrupulous, they will keep churning those products to make more money because they've got you. You're the fish. They've got you on the hook, and they're going to keep working you so that they can make more money from you. So you got to make a shift. It's a paradigm shift, and it's important to make in order for any of this to work. And wealth doesn't start by earning more. It starts by keeping more of what you already earn. You probably heard that before. I don't know. But what happens when it fixed is that money that is recovered is redirected your timeline horizon shortens up. You'll see that you don't have to work forever. You can work to that certain point and stop, and still have the same income that you were currently earning before you stopped. Decisions make things easier. Stress drops without effort. Nothing dramatic. It just seems to quietly start to show you, and you start to see that there is a better way. Most retirement problems aren't about saving rates, aren't about interest rates. They're about small losses compounding for decades. And if you recover those, you can put those to growth, and you have your retirement income. But the financial world says, keep giving us more money. You're working hard. You're making that money. It's your job to work hard because you're protecting your family and your incomes and your kids and your lifestyle. And you don't see that there's a hole in the bucket and it's all leaking out of. Well, we're going to patch that hole. And when you patch that hole, a trickle will fill it. See, if you've got a bucket, which is income, and money's going into it, and there's holes in the bucket, it's all leaking out. You got to work harder and harder to maintain that level. If you patch the holes in the bucket, a trickle fills the bucket. So you don't have to work as hard. It's common sense. But the financial world doesn't want us thinking in common sense ways. You get a clear picture of what's going on, and you start to see solutions very fast. Why is this hard alone? Many people have a difficult time making a paradigm shift. I put out these videos, I talk about this, and many times people are having trouble making that paradigm shift because they're so entrenched in they call it traditional way. It's really not. Financial planning's only been around a short period of time, maybe 40 years. Before, people were called efficiency experts. Efficiency, getting rid of inefficiencies and being efficient. But why is this hard alone? You won't see this one on any one statement. You won't see it when every little piece of paper comes in with an illustration. You only see it when it's laid out together on one page, and everything coordinates and integrates together. So let me ask you a question, and I'd like for you to fill it in the comments, please. And be honest with me. How much do you think you're losing to the financial institutions? 10%, 20%? Just drop a number in the comments. I will answer them. I'll answer every one I can. And we'd also like to have you subscribe to future videos, because we grow this channel through subscriptions, and it would be very helpful to let us know. So in the next episode, we're going to explore this further. We're going to show you where the losses most often hide. If you make good money and want it to work the way you expect it to, subscribe. We'll take this apart one piece at a time. I want to thank you for listening, and have a great week. Take care. God bless.